Well, it's a new season, and we have a new coach. Orcutt Academy has a first-year head coach. Ben Alberry's joining us. Welcome. Nice
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So you're the new head coach, but you're not new to Orcutt Academy. Tell me what you were doing before this.
Outside of football, I was the last three. This is my third year as the resource specialist, so special education teacher at Orcutt Academy. This is also going to be my third year working with the football team. The first year, I was kind of just up in the booth. I was a new guy. I kind of ran into the head coach then. And he said, hey, I heard you love football. Why don't you come out and help us out? And so I was kind of the eyes in the sky, would just call down things. And then at the end of that season, the head coach offered for me to come and join him on his coaching staff. So I was working with the wide receivers and defensive backs. I was also kind of the huddle specialist. Being kind of young, I'm kind of good with computers and implementing things like that. So I did a lot of our huddle. And then it just happened to be, going into this season, the job opened up, and ever since I was a little kid, I always dreamed about being a head football coach, and I'm excited I can do it with my beloved Spartans.
So first year, and some big challenges. Of course, all high schools go through a lot of graduations every year, and you lost some really, really good players. Last year, you guys were what, 9-3?
9-3, yeah.
Semifinals of the Division I 8-man playoffs.
Yep, that's correct.
It was a great season. I got to go to a lot of those games. So entertaining, that the game where you knocked off Kate, and it was like what, 120 something points between the two teams. Yeah. 20 touchdowns. That's 8-man football. That's one of the things I love about it. So you lost some of the guys like Darin Miller and Eddie Lundberg, Jared Sutton.
Yes.
But you got a lot of returning talent too. So who's coming back?
So we're excited. Obviously, when you lose those key contributors like that, you always kind of teams always wonder, okay, is it going to be a reset year? But I'm not calling it a reset. The good thing last year is we really worked hard to. We knew who was going to be coming back the next year, so we worked hard to get them a lot of reps and get them in. And so we have a lot of, I could name a bunch. One would be our quarterback. That's one everyone's kind of wondering, who's your quarterback? When It's been Darin Miller the last couple of years. Max Daniels, he's been waiting. He's been sitting there waiting to have his shot, and from the day that I met him, I could tell that he had the football smarts. He's one that's he'll throw the ball, he'll run your offense. He can read a defense. So he's going to go out there. He does what we ask him to do. He's not going to go run for 40 touchdowns on the ground or anything, but he'll be a guy that runs our offense, and he's definitely a name to watch this year. I can guarantee that his name is going to be thrown around, being one of our biggest contributors to our Spartan team this year. So I'm excited to have him. We also have Josiah DeBruno coming out. He's going to be our starting receiver and corner. Last year, unfortunately, right before the season started, he ended up having a shoulder injury. We were really excited last year to have him, but this year he's healthier, he's back, he's healthier than ever, and we're excited to see what he can do, because we were very excited last year, and now we're super excited to have him, full go. Another one would be David Countable. He's our other corner. This is probably the first year in Orcutt Academy football where we've had two quality corners where we can trust out there to shut down the opposing defense, and so he'll be coming back. Last year he was a soccer player. That's all he wanted to play, and I just happened to get to know him through teaching, and I just kept pushing, hey, you should really come out and try football, and so I talked him into it, and he came out, and turned out to be, by the end of the season, he was intercepting balls, he was covering, he was tackling, and so we're excited to have him a full year, where he has a year under his belt and he's ready to go. Another one, Alex Sutton. Obviously, the Sutton name.
Ask you about him next. Yeah.
The Sutton name. We definitely have had a lot of those. That family come through. Alex was probably one of the best freshmen we had coming out. We saw him just through his brother. We saw him. We're like, we can't wait for him to be a freshman at Orcutt Academy and come out. And last year, just because of his size and a need, he filled in for Alex Andrade when he went down last year, and then he just picked up the game real quick last year, and so this year he'll be filling in middle. He'll be our middle linebacker, which we're really excited. Our Mike linebacker, he just has a motor. He knows, he has a knack for the ball. He'll go get it. He'll make tackles. And then this year it's something new, but we're, you know, the Suttons have always been able to run. That's kind of been their thing with Jared last year, and so we're like, you know, let's try Alex at fullback. And we put him at fullback, and him running downhill, we're excited because he's not going to go down easily. So he'll get us the yards we need, and you know, he'll fight for everything. And that's just kind of what the Suttons do. So we're really excited to see him in that new role.
So now you've got a new team, a new challenge, new head coach, and a new league, a new section even. It's not like that was at one time the Tri-Valley League, and it's got, you know, had, you know, schools added and dropped, and the Dunn School was in the league and now they're not, and you're going to go play, you'll have Mission Prep, but everybody else in your league is way far from here as part of the central section move. So what are you looking at? Who are your key opponents that you see? How's this challenge shaping up? Not only building a new team as the first-year head coach, but now having to go play against all these teams that you've seen very little of over the years.
Well, I think the good thing about being in a new league, coming in, and also being a new head coach, is that we're kind of all getting to start over something new. You know, so all the players, all of us as a team together, as a coaching staff, we're all preparing. I mean, it's brand new. We don't know a lot of these teams. But that league, from what we've heard and what I've seen, you know, because I've studied them and things like that, Fresno Christian that league has been Fresno Christians for the last couple of years. Fresno Christian is just a powerhouse, and they go through there, but they've also never played the Orcutt Academy Spartans. I'm not a coach to like look ahead, you know, in a lot of games. You know, I like to take game by game, but I'm very excited to be playing Fresno Christian, you know, at home. We get to have a home game against them, and just to show them, you know, hey, yeah, it might have been your league the last few years, but we're new to the league, and you know, we're not just going to let you have it. So if they want to win again, they're going to have to come through the Spartans.
So you're conditioning up to now, and then next week you get to put the pads on and start some hitting, and
we do
put those plays in for real.
Yeah, they battled this week, you know, doing the conditioning. It's never the thing they look forward to, obviously. You know, it's never fun because you really got to get them back in shape. But they worked hard this week. You know, all 5 days they worked really hard, and they're ready to go. And Monday we'll put on the pads and really see what kind of team we are, you know, where they actually get, you'll run some plays, they got to block, they get to hit. So that's really where you find out what team you're going to have for this season, and you find out who wants to play.
All right, Ben Alberry, the new head coach of the Orcutt Academy Spartans, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Good luck this year.
Appreciate it.